Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to make this video to give you guys my thoughts on marriage, specifically to any young people out there. Maybe you'll take heed to some of the advice that I'm about to give. Now, this is one of those times where I understand and recognize that my opinion is going to be a controversial one. A lot of people are not going to like it, and a lot of people may take offense to it, and that's fine. But basically, as I've observed the majority of marriages around me throughout my life, I've noticed that they tend to lead to unhappiness. And I thought a lot about this. I am married myself, but it's unlike anything that you would guess or assume based on the traditional kind of marriages. So I gave it a lot of thought. From even as a young man, I really did, and I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have children, and I felt like that was the way for me to go. But I also recognized a huge problem immediately with the whole concept of the marriage. In that, how can I, as a young man, at this early chapter and stage in my life, make this kind of decision and know that I'm gonna be with this one person for the rest of my life? I don't feel that I had that ability. I don't feel that it's reasonable to think that anyone has that ability, especially at such a young age and early on in life. They haven't even lived yet. So what the fuck do they know about making these kinds of decisions, these forever, permanent decisions? So, I had issue with that. I also had issue on a personal level. Again, this applies to me, is that I don't believe that I'm never going to be with another woman again. I never believed that. I never told any girl that I've ever been with that I'm going to be with you only and I'll never be with another woman for the rest of my life. So, for me, again, that just doesn't make any sense. I appreciate women and I value them greatly. And sometimes in life, I encounter a woman who I'm interested in. Whether that becomes something physical or not is irrelevant. But the point is, I would never put myself into an agreement or a contract, such as marriage, that prohibits me from even fucking having a female friend. Think about it. Think about the parameters that come with this structure of marriage. For the most part, you're not even allowed to be friendly with someone of the opposite sex. And that's crazy. We only get one chance in life here. What kind of fucking bullshit agreement is this? That I can't even fucking talk to other people? I can't get to know other people? Even physically, if I want to be with somebody else, I can't be with somebody else? Fuck that. That's the way I looked at it from very early on, and I've continued to have that opinion. But going on to my observation of the general issue with marriage is that it all starts with lies. It starts with lies. And the first lie is that one, that I'm never going to be with another woman again. For the men, for most of them, it's a lie. It's a lie that they don't want to be with other women again. So I can't support it. I don't understand. What the fuck is this lying stuff? If you're going to start a relationship with lies, how's this thing ever going to last? And most men, I think, are the same in that, they do find other women attractive. They do like other women. And they're not happy with that part of the agreement in marriage that I can't, do these kinds of things anymore with anyone else. I can't, ever be physical or intimate with anyone else in the whole fucking world of billions of people. It's just you until we die. So it's a sucker's deal, is what I'm saying. It's not a winning deal in any way. Listen, I get love, unbelievable love, and I get taken care of very, very well, by women, by my wife especially. So it's not that I'm lacking or that I'm, sacrificing and giving up something to take this position. It's all about what you establish for yourself. So if you share these kinds of feelings that I did and continue to about like monogamy not being a natural thing for you, then you need to voice that from a very early point in life, because that's the only way that you can establish a lifestyle in which you can actually be yourself and be free. And that's what it's all about for me. I'm about freedom. You know, I'm about freedom, and I'm about, you know, being an adult and being able to make decisions that I want to make without somebody fucking nagging me about every little thing. You know, so I'm not looking for a controller. I'm not looking for a jailer in a wife. You know, I'm not looking for any of that stuff. I'm not looking for a mother in a wife. I never listened to my own mother since I was a little kid. Fuck are these other people that I'm gonna listen to them? Another woman. It's ridiculous. And so, again, I hate to be so negative about it, but that's what I see around me. You know, I see married guys that are fucking miserable. Miserable. I mean, they can't even fucking go out and have a drink. It's like they're children. They've regressed in life back to the point that they're like fucking infants. And they gotta ask permission and they can't get it, and it's like a joke for me. So again, you know, guys, think carefully about this decision, about, you know, this marriage thing. Think carefully and you know, take heed to the things that you say, especially the words. And that's another issue I had with it. You know, we have a 50% plus divorce rate in this country. Yet the majority of all those people who had weddings actually had the same thing occur, you know, in that they're standing in front of this church or whatever, wherever they are, in front of all their loved ones and these religious figures and the Bible or the Quran, whatever it is, and they're repeating these lines and they're making these vows and these promises, and they're just fucking parroting and repeating. They're not taking real thought into what they're saying, because if they did, they wouldn't say it. They wouldn't say it because they'd be so concerned that this is an impossibility for me to fucking know and say with confidence. And so half of them at least get divorced. What happened to those vows? What happened to those promises you made in front of the church, in front of God, in front of... It's all fucking bullshit. Nobody cares about those things. Well, I care about those things. I'm very different in that way. I'm very fucking careful about what I say and what I don't say. And so, again, with my own marriage, I never lie to anyone, ever. I am what the fuck I am. You like me, you don't like me, either way, that's fine. But I'm not going to live a life in a way that I feel fucking prisoner to a circumstance. And I have to tell you, you know, among all the people that I know, I'm the only one that I could say is happily married. Because I don't have that bullshit fucking kind of drama to deal with that comes with those traditional marriages if I didn't set in place already, you know, that wasn't going to happen with me. So again, it could be a beautiful thing. It is for many. You know, I'm not discouraging people. If you find the right person, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Start a life, start a family. There's nothing better. But be very cautious. Very, very cautious, because there are also huge financial consequences to this contract of marriage. It is an actual business contract in which the man loses big time if this deal fails. So think very carefully, and I hope I was able to give you some different insight into the topic of marriage. Thanks.